So, because I was going to go live and watch the direct on here, but I was setting everything up, and I was having to like delete my like PlayStation settings, just because of the way I've got it set up, and then I was like too nervous that when I came back to play Blueprints, it would all be messed up. So when I was watching the direct, I was taking down notes of things that I think are worth talking about, or just things I'm interested in. So the first thing is that I'm actually glad that I didn't react to it because it is long. Like, I think that was the longest direct, but I didn't mean that. I just mean like just the stuff at the start about the museum. It's like, I'm not gonna go. I don't care. Obviously, I understand why they're saying that, but it was just like so long, and it's like, oh, and now the ticket has got a different picture on it. And you're like, okay. And I think the most annoying thing is, I think you have to watch the direct to understand this, but they show a game and they show just like way too much. So like the Mario Kart, the Mario Wonder DLC, they showed that, they kind of started to explain it, and you're like, cool. And then they show like, oh, there's this mode, and then there's this mode, and this one, and you can also do this. And anytime they talked about multiplayer, they were like, there's 4 players multiplayer online, and you can also game share onto another Switch, or you can do split screen. And it's like, I don't know, we just don't need the details. You know, you just need to say there is multiplayer now. You're like, okay. And then also, whenever they showed the game after it, they would get the American guy to come on and just kind of like quickly recap. And I would actually prefer that, but not both. You know, I just want a quick little like thing. So first game that I wrote down was Mario Tennis. Don't really care about Mario Tennis, but I do like Diddy Kong, and he keeps getting shafted out of all the Mario like party and sports games. So I was looking for them the whole time. Did not see him. They did say there's 38 people, and like Luma is in it as like her own person. Spike is in it. Blooper's in it. Petey Padana's in it. So it's like you hope of that 38, Diddy Kong is in there. The only issue with that is I believe that the baby characters also count as one of those, like as part of that 38. So if you think about like Mario, baby Mario, Luigi, baby Luigi, Peach, baby Peach, you know, it like adds up quick. So hold out hope that Diddy Kong will appear. The Yoshi game looked kind of cool. I was actually half paying attention, and then it was like at the end I realised it actually does look kind of cool. Just the way it's like a kind of, it reminds me of Echoes of Wisdom, where it's like it almost looks like an indie game with like the Nintendo budget. Thought it was funny that Mortal Kombat didn't have any blood in it. That's just a, you know, like obviously it's a Switch thing. So Hades 2 getting a release date in 2 weeks. That's cool. The sad thing is it does mean that the release date for me is September 2026, because that's when it comes out in PlayStation, I think. Don't know if they've said it's exactly a year that they're going to wait. But you know, Dragon Quest 7, never played it before. Kind of interested in that one. I'm also interested in that they didn't do the HD 2D thing. And it is just like an actual 3D game. Virtual Boy being back, I thought it was so funny because I thought it was just going to be that the Virtual Boy games are now on the Switch Online. You know, you can like play, and it's like obviously not the same, but you can still play them. And then they're like, oh, actually the Virtual Boy is back, and we will be like burning your retinas once again. And you also, I don't know why you get the cardboard version with the expensive version, but Power Wash Simulator showed up, and the whole time I was excited because I've been waiting on the release date, because they just said 2025, then they said autumn 2025 or fall 2025, which is technically now. I think technically it's still summer for a week, but then in a week it is fall, which means any day now. So I was hoping for a date. There was no date. They just said fall again, but whatever. Donkey Kong DLC, don't actually care about that that much. Don't have a Switch 2, haven't played Donkey Kong. However, Diddy Kong was in that trailer. I don't know if he appears in the actual game, but and that also got me excited for potential Mario Kart DLC, like the Donkey Kong pack for Mario Kart, which would have Diddy Kong in it. That didn't happen, but Pokemon Pokopia actually looks quite cool. It's like a Minecraft Dragon Quest Builders, but Pokemon. I think the name is weird because it's Pokopia and it's not Pokeopia. And I don't know if there's any other Pokemon game that doesn't have the word Poke in it. You know, like they're all Poke something. This is Pokeopia, which that's just weird. Then as it got to the end, I was waiting for the one last thing, because Metroid showed up before. I don't care about that, so I just didn't mention it. But I thought that would be the one last thing, and they would actually give a date. They did give the date, but not as one last thing. So they showed Resident Evil Requiem, and I was just thinking, this is not worthy of the one last thing, and I was like, not like upset, but I was like, okay, is this what we're doing? And it ended up not being the one last thing, and it was actually a new Fire Emblem game, which I also don't care about that much, but at least that was like something worthy of being the one last thing. So that was a games that I thought I'd see, and I don't know whether it's not upset, but you know what I mean. I was waiting for Marvel Cosmic Invasion, just because that same thing, they've announced it as 2025, and it looks like they will hit that. And I feel like I think it got announced at a Nintendo Direct, and I feel like it's a Switch coded game, so it made sense to show up there. It didn't, and then also Professor Layton and the new World of Steam. What I actually hoped is we'd get a date and it would get delayed, because that same thing where that is 2025, but like with no, I don't think they've actually shown anything about it for like 2 years maybe, or at least a year. And I saw people on the subreddit that were thinking that the game might just be like delayed, like, you know, like why they're not showing it and it's meant to come out apparently in the next 3 months. So what I was genuinely hoping it would show up and also get delayed, because I want to play all of them before it comes out, and I don't think I'll have time now with it if it does come out in the next few months. But that didn't show up at all. I did find out afterwards that they've announced they're showing it at the Tokyo Game Show. So, you know, like I think that's on the 25th. So I guess we'll find out then. And I'm still hoping, I know this sounds bad for all the actual like fans of the game, but I'm still hoping that it gets delayed, because I hope it gets delayed to like February or March, you know, just so you have time to like play them all. Yeah, so that was it. It was, I don't know, it was like, I actually preferred it to like the recent like PlayStation State of Plays, and like it was better than Gamescom, to be fair. I don't know if it was better, but it was like there were like some things in it that were cool. Hades 2 coming out in 2 weeks is a big one, and I think that's it. The rest were just kind of like ports to Switch, like Dynasty Warriors, which came out like February this year, is coming out on Switch next year, which is like cool. Yeah, so I think that is it, and now we can play Blueprints.